I'm Janine Cody, founder of the Chromosome 18 Registry and Research Society, and I'm so happy to know that you've decided to come to your first Chromosome 18 Registry conference. So welcome. And almost everyone who attends their first conference says it was overwhelming. So if you find it overwhelming, it's okay. And so all you have to do is walk up to anybody and say, "Oh my gosh, this is overwhelming." And they'll say, "Oh, I thought the same thing too." And you've already made a friend. So it's easy. Everybody seems like they're going to know each other, but just know they're all anxious to include more people in the Chromosome 18 Registry family. But before the conference, there's a few things you can do to help that be a little less overwhelming and give you a little orientation to who you're going to meet and what you're going to find when you get there. The first thing you can do is go to the registry website and click on the About Us button, and you'll see a drop down, and there's several things there you can tabs to look at. The first is Our Team, and there you'll see the staff, and so you'll have their pictures so you'll know who they are when you see them. Of course, they'll have name tags on at the conference, but it always helps to recognize a face. Also, you can go look at the board of directors, so you'll see everybody's picture and a little bio, so you can learn about those individuals who are likely going to be at the conference. Likewise, the Scientific Medical Advisory Board is also shown on this tab, and you can see their pictures and learn a little bit about them. So you'll have some faces you'll recognize right off the bat. The other thing you can do is go over to the Resources tab, and one of the things on the drop-down is Find Your Coordinator. And so there you're going to see a map of North America, and you can see all the regions, and hopefully you already know what region you're in and you've already met your coordinator. But if not, the regions, you can see which region you're in, and you can look down the list and see who your coordinator is and click on their name, and you can see the picture and get a little bit of bio on them. In fact, you could go down the whole list, and so all those people will be faces you'll recognize when you get to the conference. Likewise, there are syndrome coordinators also shown here, so you can learn a little about them. When you first get to the conference, the first thing is the check-in, and when you go in and sign in, and you'll get a name tag. And the first thing you'll notice on the name tags is there are little dots on all the name tags that are color-coded. Well, those are color-coded by syndrome. So there may not seem to be any logic here, but this is just how it evolved. And so it'll be easy to find somebody with a child with the same condition your child has. So the 18Q- families have a blue dot. That was because when we first started, I had pink folders, I had blue folders, and Q went in blue and P for pink, so P- are pink. Ring 18 became gold for ring. Tetrasomy 18P families have green dots for four-leaf clovers. Tetrasomy 4 just seemed green to me. And of course, the McGing family was really one of the first really active families. And so green just seemed to make sense. Trisomy 18 families have orange dots, and the siblings, most importantly, the siblings also have purple dots, so they can find each other and know their own group as well. So that'll help you look around the group and see, oh, there's a child about my age, they have the same color dot as my dot, let me go meet them. So it helps you kind of sort out who's who in this big crowd of people. The other thing you might want to be aware of is when you see the schedule. It's going to look really complicated at first, but this is kind of the overall sample of what a schedule looks like. Of course, the first day is check-in, and usually there's a reception of some sort afterwards, so you can just sort of meet and greet people. In general, the conference has 4 simultaneous tracks. 2 focused on information for parents. Oftentimes we try to make one track sort of more toward the younger parents of younger children, and the other track parents of older children or young adults. There's a track for the self-advocates, and so those are people who have a chromosome 18 abnormality who don't necessarily need to be in childcare. So this is not a babysitting session. There are sessions for them that are specifically aimed at adolescents and young adults, and they are free to come and go into that session as they want. So it's not a babysitting. Nobody's signing them in or out or watching over them. So they're a pretty independent group, as you will learn. And then there's a track shown here in purple for the siblings. So some sibling activities are for younger siblings and they get signed out of childcare to go do them. And other track parts, events for the siblings are for the older siblings. So we try to have something for everybody. But as you can see, there are some events, talks, presentations that go across multiple tracks. So those are things like the self-advocate panel, for example, where some of our self-advocates talk about their life, they answer questions, and just help some of the parents get to know some of the young adults and adolescents a little bit better. And of course the welcome and the research talk, those go across all tracks. Sometimes lunch is provided and sometimes it's on your own, that's shown in yellow. And in the evenings there are also events. So one evening there is a men's night where the men get together and usually go out for dinner or drinks to have some sort of event, and the moms get to do the babysitting. There's another night where the moms have some sort of activity, dinner, event, and the dads get to do the babysitting. But one evening there's also a dinner for the siblings who are old enough to go out and not really need one-on-one babysitting, but are old enough to be a part of a group and take care of themselves within a group and handle payment of their dinner if that's required, or if they want to buy something. Usually it's a prepaid event, but they're not babysat. So it's sort of the older siblings. Also, there's a dinner one evening for the self-advocates. Again, those are the individuals who usually have some independence. They're able to go out in a group and not really be babysat, but usually there's a parent or two that goes along just to make sure everything goes smoothly. So those are the evening events. But the best, most important, on the last evening is a dinner and dance. And so that is the most fun dinner you will ever attend. Everybody after the dinner is up and on the dance floor, from the little kids to the grandparents, wheelchairs or on their feet. Either way, everybody's having a great time. And it always ends with the song, "We Are Family," which by the time this is over, you'll know that you are part of the Chromosome 18 family. And again, I'm so glad you've decided to attend the conference. I look forward to meeting you.